Hi, welcome back. I hope you're able to watch part one of the Brecon Beacons trek, which incorporated the brief intro as to the whys and wherefores of why I did it, and also with some of the kit that I spec'd in it, some of the stuff that I knew I would need and I wanted to take with me for the day, which gives a whole range of the 24-hour period of leaving home, doing the trek and then getting back safe and sound. Of course, the second part now is going to involve the actual trek itself. Some of it I wasn't able to film. I would have liked to, but it was a bit too dangerous considering some of the scrambling in the terrain that I was climbing and moving over, and of course the weather conditions were not really conducive to film safely and get the most out of being there. It was quite a wild weathery atmosphere up there, so I wanted to try and capture that. That was the main thing, was to sort of capture the atmosphere of being somewhere where the weather can actually change and be unpredictable, and providing you're prepared for it. If I'd have had a wind muffler to stop the sound effect of the wind blowing through the microphone, I wouldn't have really wanted to use it, albeit it's quite brief, but capturing the atmosphere of how it can be. And another time in the near future I'll be hopefully able to film it in good weather conditions where you'll be able to see every single little bit of scenery that surrounds the Brecon Beacons and the Black Mountains. Here's a general image of the terrain and the route. And as you can see from the red arrowed line, that was my direction of approach, going upwards towards Conditons, and I stayed there for a short period of time, which is the second highest peak. Then I went along the lower edge of the ridge going towards Pen y Fan, but I detoured away from the summit of Pen y Fan and decided to go from the lower ridge and traverse diagonally down into the valley and then scramble back up the other side and then come along this part of the ridge on a sort of a southeasterly bearing. Came down, then did a U-turn, went back along the ridge, and then went along this one here to eventually come to my return to go back down again. But this area here, because of the weather conditions and the nature of me scrambling, was a bit too dangerous to film, so I deterred from doing that. So the main aspect of the filming is sort of my approach up and then my return, and then Conditons and along this bit of the ridge here. But on my approach and return, when you sort of look back, this ridge here blocks out the view of everywhere I'd actually been. Hi everybody, it's Pete, Mindwiseman's channel, aka Maverick Outdoors, and today's the 1st of January 2012 and I'm ready to take a trek up the Brecon Beacons on the way to Conditons, which is part of the Brecon Beacons National Park, and this is the beginning of the path. Pen y Fan is the highest point of the Brecon Beacons, and actually the highest point, or the highest mountain raised ground in the southern British Isles. So hopefully, if I don't get misted out, you can see it's pretty overcast, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. So the highest peak is about 886 metres above sea level. So anyway, I'm going to save my breath and trudge up this gradient of about 30 degrees. So distance. Just see what I finger pointed. It's about miles and I've got to go across, and hopefully in the mist, if I can keep the bearings, get to the peaks, beacons, which is quite okay, a little windy, so I'm
for what you can see of it. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. Just scrambled down a rock face at that angle. And I've just come over the top of the ridge. And further ahead, over that way, I think it's going to be the furthest I'm going to get to. You see here is a sheer drop all the way down. Slope of about 75 degrees. It's starting to rain now. I'm making my way over now. Over there. Fitness and endurance comes in. Keeping a focused mind. Focused mind. Okay. Down the slope. And then back up. You can't see it because it's in the mist. Let's see how far I can go. I've now come to the pan. And you can see it's all misty. Dark. I'll just take it to the edge. Against the wind. Wind has started to die down a little bit, so has the rain. So I've just come from the last ken right over there. I've just been grinning to myself like a Cheshire cat for the past minute, because now the mist has just lifted, there's less of it, And now you can see what it's all about, why I do it. Hopefully you can hear me. This is my marker, just in case I went past the point. So I'm going all the way up there. You can't see where I've been now. Up there. And now I'm ready to go down the path that got me up here. Good day.